What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be looking at an early preview of the Denver Broncos 2021 schedules, and I'm going to be making some pretty basic guesses on if the Broncos are going to win the games or not, and I'm going to tell you why. But remember, you can't take any of this into next season. This is just an early look and a rough prediction on what's going to happen. Let's get started. So, the first week, game 1, is at Cleveland. So we're playing in Cleveland at the Dog Pound, and I'm going to say this one is a loss. You know, Cleveland's offense is just really good, and they got lots of momentum coming in from last season, going to the playoffs. So those are my reasons, and now let's go to week 2. This game is also at Dallas. Now, I'm going to say this one is a win. Now, the reason for this is because although Dak is going to be back, it's going to be one of his first games, his second game in a very, very long time. And he's going to be rusty. Even though he's already played a game and he's probably going to play preseason, he's still going to be rusty. And the main reason, though, is that I feel like Denver's offense can beat Dallas's defense. And that our defense can beat Dallas's offense. But mainly because Dallas's defense is struggling a lot just in all aspects. They cannot stop the run, they cannot stop the pass, and you're going to be saying to yourself, well, why don't they just draft somebody? All these rookies aren't going to make that much of a difference in week 2. They need some time to, settle in to the NFL, and they won't be that good in week 2. So I say that's a win for the Broncos. Now week 3 is versus Kansas City. So the Broncos are at home in Mile High, but this is still a loss. Kansas City's offense is just too good, and I feel like Kansas City is going to be so frustrated after that Super Bowl loss. They're just going to go crazy and beat every team that stands in their way. All right, game 4 is against the LA Chargers at home in Mile High again, and I'm calling this one a win. Even though Justin Herbert's looking really good, Chargers are looking really good, I say the Broncos defense can lock down Herbert with a little bit of pressure. If we're able to send five men, get pressure onto the quarterback, and cover everything down the field, I think we'll get this win. I also think the Broncos' pass offense is better than the Chargers' pass defense as well. All right, game 5 is versus Las Vegas, again at home. There's a long home streak here for the Broncos. Lots of games at home, back to back to back to back. So, this one, I'm calling it a loss. Las Vegas is always really good in the beginning of the season. The first 8 games, they're always on fire. Everybody's like they're going to make the playoffs. And the main reason why I think we're going to lose, though, is because Las Vegas' running game is just way too good. Josh Jacobs is unbeatable. And, yeah, that's why. All right, game 6 at home again versus Baltimore. I'm calling this one an upset. I say Broncos win here. Although the Broncos don't have the greatest offense compared to the Baltimore defense, if we can make sure Lamar Jackson doesn't scramble, and if we can get pressure on him, I say we can beat them. I say we can beat this team. All we have to do is stop the run game, and I think this game could be in the books. All right? If we hold Baltimore to field goals, and we can get something going on offense through the passing game, probably, because this D-line for the Ravens is looking pretty scary. I say Broncos take this one, but this one up in the air. All right, week 7 at home versus Cincinnati. This is a win. Although Cincinnati's strengthening up with Joe Burrow, they're going to get a new O-line. I still say we win this because Cincinnati's D, not good at all. Their run D is horrible. And I say Broncos take this one as a win. Again, at home, week 8 versus Philadelphia. Now, although Philadelphia has got a good, D-line and a couple good DBs, they got Darius Slay, but I still say Broncos, they win this one as well. I say the Broncos defensive backs lock down the Eagles wide receivers, and I know Philly's having some problems with quarterback there, so they're going to have to get that figured out. And who knows who's starting. So that game is also up in the air, but I say Broncos win that one. All right, week 9 at home again versus Washington. This one is a loss. Washington's D-line, it just all comes down to this. It's so good. Their D-line is going to get pressure every single play against this good Broncos O-line. The Broncos O-line is good. But Drew Lock, if we still have him, he will not have a very good game. And if the Broncos are playing against this team, they will not have a run game they can rely on offense. So even though we're going to be playing great against Washington's defense, I still think this one's a loss against the hot Washington football team. All right, week 10 versus the New York Jets at home. This one is a win in my books. Jets are just in a rebuilding phase, you know. They don't even get Trevor Lawrence this year, which is not good. So, yeah, that's a win for me. And Jets just don't have a defense they can rely on. So, yeah. All right, week 11, finally, not at home. We're at Jacksonville, though. And even though Jacksonville has Trevor Lawrence cannot change an entire franchise. Jacksonville will still do bad next year. Not as bad as they did last year, but they will still do horrible. And they just don't have a defense. They don't have a defense. So they're probably going to draft Trevor Lawrence. They're going to be the Cincinnati Bengals of this year. Just a great quarterback, rookie quarterback back there. No O-line support, no defensive support. Just him and his running back. That's a win for the Denver Broncos. All right, week 12 at KC. Same reasons as before. Broncos lose. Week 13 at LA. Same reasons as before. Broncos are going to win. All right, week 14 at the New York Giants. I say this is a win for the Broncos. Even though the Giants have Saquon Barkley back, I still think that the Broncos defense, that D-line there, if we can seal the edge, I think we can stop Saquon. And I also think that the Broncos will be able to run all over for the Giants, running for at least 200 yards in this game. All right, week 15, we're at Las Vegas. In my mind, this one could go 50-50 split either way. But I'm going to say a win just because in the past couple of years, Las Vegas has really crumbled at the end of the year. So I'm calling this one a win for the Denver Broncos. All right, week 16, we're at Pittsburgh. I say this is a loss. Pittsburgh is probably going to be trying to fight for a wild card spot this week. They're going to be playing their hearts out. And that Pittsburgh D-line, like the Washington, it's even better. So if Broncos lose to Washington for that reason, then it only makes sense they lose to Pittsburgh as well. That D-line is just too good. All right, those are all the games. The final record, if all those games went that way, is pretty nice. 10-6 for the Broncos. 10-6. Broncos haven't been 10-6 since 2015. They haven't been better than 10-6 since 2015. But will this be true? Almost definitely not. With the NFL, nothing is predictable. Everything is unpredictable. It's all up in the air. You know, nobody predicted that the Steelers would go 12-0. Nobody thought that would happen, but it happened. Nobody predicted the Chiefs would get slaughtered in the Super Bowl, but it happened. So with the NFL, you can never guarantee anything, and that's what I got to say. 10-6 for the Broncos. Will it happen? Maybe, maybe not. But thanks for watching this video. See you next time. Peace.